Hello, welcome to the Choose Life podcast. I'm Coach Rey. I'm the head trainer at Elite Box. Elite Box is the first and only dedicated boxing and combat sports gym in Lagos, Nigeria. Today I'm going to walk you through two unexpected and definitely underutilized tips to improving your performance in all endeavors of life. The first one is nasal breathing. Yes, literally breathing through your nose. The beauty about this means that you literally just have to shut your mouth and breathe through your nose. So many amazing benefits from nasal breathing that so many of us just literally don't even know. So I'll walk you through a couple of them. Firstly, nasal breathing versus oral breathing, i.e. mouth breathing. Nasal breathing allows you to filter the air that comes into the body. So therefore any toxins or any bit of bacteria is filtered very efficiently through the nose as opposed to when we're breathing through the mouth. That's a fact. And this leads to less illnesses. So many instances whereby you're not feeling particularly well. It's just because you're a mouth breather as opposed to a nasal breather. Secondly, humidifies the air. Thirdly, it warms up the air. And finally, one of the most interesting pieces is that when we actually breathe through our nasal passage, we release a gas molecule called nitric oxide. So I don't have to get too technical here, but nitric oxide basically is a vasodilator. And what that means is that it expands our blood vessels so that it can carry more oxygen through the body. And doing that, yes, is a good thing, right? Carrying more oxygen through the blood vessels all the way through to the body, and also increases our oxygen uptake in our lungs, and therefore our lungs work a lot more efficiently simply through nasal breathing. So that's one. There are a number of ways to do that. You can literally just be conscious of how you're breathing on a day-to-day and just kind of try and shut your mouth and breathe through your nose wherever you are. A lot of people and a lot of top athletes, this is probably part of their secrets that doesn't really get shared, is that they actually wear mouth tape. So a lot of people do this. I do this myself. You wear mouth tape when you go to bed. So it's literally a very light piece of tape. And all it does, it just closes your mouth together. And of course, if you want to speak, you can. It's not going to seal your mouth. It's just literally around your mouth, keeps it together, so that when you're sleeping, you're forced to breathe through your nose. And you can get about 6, 7 hours, 8 hours, or however long you're sleeping, you can get literally that dedicated period of nasal breathing. One, it improves your sleep quality, so you get into much deeper sleep. So you're talking about REM sleep, slow wave sleep, and so on and so forth. And of course, throughout the day, you have conditioned your body into nasal breathing and just breathing a lot more efficiently. So give it a go. Of course, one caveat is if you do have existing respiratory issues, please do speak to your medical physician and try to get their opinion as to whether or not this is something that you should actually implement in your daily routine. But separate to that, the benefits are absolutely amazing. You'll find this once you actually give it a go. You'll also find that it impacts your mood. It's a faster way just to calm down as well. And lastly, when you're training, you recover a lot more quicker when you're nasal breathing. But of course, it's difficult to train and nasal breathe, but you can work all the way up towards that sort of ability, and you have better endurance as well. Thank you. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. Give thought back. Be your own scientist. Experiment on yourself, and it'd be good to kind of see what your feedback is. If you do have wearables, you can get that objective view on the various wearables that people have. But of course, if you don't have wearables, let's get that subjective view in terms of how you actually feel when you're doing this. Cheers, enjoy. Second tip, of course, is unexpected and definitely underutilized, is down-regulation breathing. So this is about learning how to change your state from extremely alert, whereby your heart rate is very high. This is called sympathetic arm of the autonomic nervous system. And then coming all the way down to calmness, this is called the parasympathetic arm of the autonomic nervous system. Now, having the ability to change your state is critical and essentially integral for all performances in a variety of endeavors in life, whether or not you're an athlete or someone who's just preparing for a presentation in front of a big crowd or your team. Being able to control and change your states is extremely handy and useful. So one of the ways we utilize this at the gym, and anyone who's trained with me personally will know that we always use down regulation breathing at the end of our sessions. So the fastest way to get your heart rate down is called a physiological sigh, and I'll show you how to do that. It's essentially a double inhale through the nose and a longer exhale through the mouth. Now that inhale is a long and then a sharp one, and then a long exhale calmly through the mouth. I'll show you, allow me to demonstrate. One analogy that I always remember is when you're exhaling via your mouth, visualize making, like a window moist, with your breath. That's how soft it needs to be. So don't, do an aggressive exhale, because what you're doing, you're bringing your heart rate down. So it's that double inhale once again and a single long exhale. Now the reason being is that every time your inhales are shorter than your exhales, your heart rate is coming down. Every time your exhales are shorter than your inhales, your heart rate is going up. So nice little tool there that you can utilize. So once again, report back, apply it, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and of course have fun doing this. Cheers.